Hello, everyone. So I've gotten a lot of people that were asking about a tutorial video on how I created my Google site website for my classroom. Again, our school district decided that we would go virtual for at least the first 9 weeks, and then they'll reevaluate cases and see if we can eventually go back to school. But as of now, we are going virtual. So I wanted to create like one central hub, so parents can come on and literally find everything that they need to find for my classroom, and also for students to come on and find whatever they need to find for the class. We are using Google Classroom. Our district is a Google driven district, so we are using Google Classroom, which I love because it syncs well with all the other Google apps. But yes, so I created this as a central hub, and then because we're going virtual, that means we will not have like an open house. We won't have all those traditional in-person things. So it was important for me to make something where parents can have like all access to stuff that they would traditionally get face to face or a physical copy of. So I'm gonna run through some of the features of mine, and then I'm going to go into like the how to and kind of create one from scratch. So, the first one is my Meet the Teacher, because we won't have open house. So, my Meet the Teacher, if you click on it, all my icons are clickable and they lead to other things. So, my Meet the Teacher leads to my little bio that parents would have received at open house. So just a little bit about me and things like that. And then the all about you. The all about you is an activity that I usually don't do on the first week of the first day of school for students, where like the little cute one, like they tell you their favorite things, their favorite color, their birthday, their hobbies, things like that. What name they're preferred to call, their favorite food, their favorite color. So this is I just created it in Google Forms, and so they put all of that information electronically in here. And I am obsessed with Google Forms because Google Forms actually, when they're done with their submissions and they submit it and your whole class submits it, it actually, you can click on responses, and you can actually, this little icon right here, you can actually export it into a spreadsheet. And then, with the spreadsheet, you can categorize it. And so I really love Google Forms. I actually use Google Forms for everything. For surveys, I use Google Forms for quizzes, pretty much everything. Even as simple as one day, we were trying to debate in our class what movie we were going to watch. So I gave them 5 options, and I literally just typed them within 2 minutes into Google Forms, and then posted it in our Google Classroom, and they literally went right on their iPads and they clicked on it and they voted. And I was able to pull it up as a graph, and we saw the vote, and we ended up watching. I think it was Inside Out. But so yeah, so I use Google Forms for everything. But so that is a Google form. And then also, this is a link to my Google Classroom portal for students and for parents. And then the green one is my contact info card. I changed it from the video that I posted on Facebook. I changed it. I found a different template that I really like more than the one that I created. So I ended up doing this one. And don't worry, if you call that number, it's the school, so it's not my personal number. The next one is a family survey. Another one is this is another Google form. Now, this is a family survey, something that I created as I was thinking through what the school year, or what things that I would need to know to start virtual, things that I would need to know from parents and families. That's when I came up with this survey. Now, this survey is pretty much the contact sheet from parents, but also other questions that will be fitting for virtual. So of course, their name, phone number, email address, the best way to contact them versus email versus phone, the language that they speak primarily at home, because my particular school, they do have they have the highest number of ELL students in the county. So it is important for me to know what is the language spoken at home, and also their address, their home address, because even though we're going virtual, I do plan to send students like little rewards and things like that. Like all the kids who get an A on the spelling test or get an A on the math quiz virtually, I'll send them something physical in the mail, like a little reward, like a little pencil, like you did it or something. So I do plan to send periodically things through the mail, and also little positive notes for students, so just because we're virtual doesn't mean that we can't have that close connection. So I asked for their home address. And then also, this is a new question that I asked because we're virtual. So do both parents work full time in the home? Because that's important, because when I'm posting assignments or posting different things in Google Classroom, I need to know what the expectation is. And if both parents work in the home, and in my head, I'm thinking, okay, well, everybody needs to have this done by 3 o'clock. That may not be realistic for all families. So, because if both parents work, then that child may have to go to a grandparent's house, or may have to go to child care, some type of alternative care during the daytime until 5 o'clock when their parents get off. So they may not complete their assignments at 10 a.m. or by noon. They may complete their assignments like 6 or 7 p.m. And so it's important for me to know their parents' kind of schedule to see, so that I can make sure that I'm serving them as best as I can. And then, of course, the typical, does your child have any allergies? And then these following questions are specific to going virtual. So I asked, what is the best available time for their child to complete their projects and their assignments? So if we have a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad, then mornings may be better for their child to get on and do their work, or afternoons may be better, or evenings if both parents work full-time in the home. And so I put this question in there for that. And also I plan we will be meeting on Google Meet virtually live a couple times, at least 2 times per week. So I needed to know what was the best available date for their child to meet on live on Google Meet, and then also down here, what was the best time for their child to meet on Google Meet. And I don't have a time after 1 p.m. because we're actually done at 2. The school day is officially done at 2:45, and so I wanted to give a buffer time. So just in case it was a lesson that we're doing that was pretty lengthy, I wanted to give buffer time for the lesson, and also questions and things like that from students. So that's this one. And then now, of course, the supply list. So this is the supply list. And yes, even though we're virtual, the school still sent out the supply list. And this survey down here is the parent reading survey. So really, this is about the child. So the parents answer questions about, how much does their child enjoy reading? How much do they read at home? Do they read as a family together? What are their child's interests in reading? How confident is their child in reading? So all those, like those reading interest surveys that kids usually take, this is one for parents. And then also I do have one for students as well, but it's not on my website. It is actually here in my Google Classroom. It is a survey. I have it in my drafts, actually. It's actually their first assignment is to complete the reading interest. So it's pretty much the same, almost the same survey as the one for the parents, but it's just for the child. And then this is the location of the newsletter. So I will be putting out a monthly newsletter to parents. It's empty right now because we haven't started meeting yet as a staff. So I'm going to plug in information from our staff meeting next week. Well, yeah, next week when we meet. And this is the homework board tab. And so, of course, we're using Google Classroom, so students will see their assignments in Google Classroom. But the view in Google, if you've ever used Google Classroom before, you know that the view for parents is different than the view for students. So if you invite parents to Google Classroom as a parent or a guardian in Google Classroom, their view is different than what the students see. So the students can see all the announcements, all the assignments, and all that stuff, but parents' view is a little different. So I created this the tab for the homework board. So the students will go to Google Classroom to see their assignments for the day or for the week. But parents can go to the homework board and they can see what their child is supposed to be doing, just in case they can't have access. They don't see that on their end, on the parent view end on Google Classroom. So this is in Google Slides, so I can edit it, and I'll edit it every week. And then I don't have to reattach it to my website because it is Google based, so it'll automatically sync to it as soon as I do it. So that is a little run through tour, I guess, of my website, my classroom website. And so now we're going to kind of go through tutorial and go from scratch. So I use Google Sites with an S. So I use Google Sites to create the classroom. So I just went up here to blank. And then once you have a blank template of your Google Sites, it'll look like this, or it may look something similar. It may not look exactly like this. I don't remember exactly what mine looked like originally, but it'll look something like this. It'll already have like a little header, usually like a boring color, and you want to rename your you want to title it at the top. Just in case you don't finish it in one time, you can exit out and come back and it'll be easy to find. So now you're going to see me jumping on and off of Google Sites because a lot of the features that I put on Google Sites will actually be created off Google Sites, if that makes sense. So I'm on a Mac right now, so Mac doesn't have, well, my Mac doesn't have Word, it has Pages. But if you're on a PC, or if you're on a different computer, go to your Microsoft Word or PowerPoint. I know a lot of people use PowerPoint, so you can go to create like your icons and things using Microsoft Word or Microsoft PowerPoint. So the first thing that we're going to do is to create these little icons. So I'm going to use what's equivalent to my Microsoft Word, and I'm going to pull up a blank document, and I'm going to insert a shape. And so if you're on Word, then just go to insert and then shape. And so it'll look something like this, or it may be like a blank white shape with a shaded outline, which is fine. So put your square or your shape, and I know some people, if you want like more of a chic, classier look, you may opt to do circles, which circles is very, I went back and forth between squares and circles. But okay, so I have both, so I'll edit both so that you can kind of see both and you make the decision as to which look you want to go with. But get your icon, whichever one you want to do, circles or squares. And then what you do is change the fill color. So if you're on Word, it's going to look different. I'm on Pages, which is equivalent to Word for Mac. So you want to change your fill color for your shape. So I'm going to, I love pink, so I'm going to do that pink. And then I'm going to do this one like this peachy color. Okay. So after you've changed the fill color, you want to insert a text box. So you insert a text box, and that's the same for whether you're using Pages or Microsoft Word. So you want to insert a text box, and you want to type in whatever you want it to be. So let's see. Let's just say all about you. So I'm going to do your all about you text, whatever icon you want this to be. And then you want to change your font. Now you can change your font to whatever you want. You can keep it the original font. You can change it to like the scribble font, the script font, whatever you want. So I'm going to use probably this one. I like this one. So you change your font to whatever you want. And then you blow it up. Blow it up. Okay, push it. Yeah. Now, let's see. Let me copy that and put it again on my circle. Turn it a little crooked. All right. Now, so I have my text and I have my shapes in my icons, and then I have my text in. So now I'll flip back to my Google Classroom, not Google Classroom, my website. So now we're going to add some icons. Now, if you're a teacher who uses a Bitmoji, I use a Bitmoji. I love Bitmoji. But if not, then you can add your Bitmoji. Or, but I'm going to show you how to add these little icons, these little clip arts in here. So let's go back to this one. Now let's open up a tab for the internet. And then I always just go to Google. And go Google. And then, so let's see, all about you. So let's look at let's do this. Let's just do candy. So you want to type in whatever clip art you want. So me, I want to do something fun. So I'll do like a candy. So you type in whatever it is. So candy, clip art, black and white. So candy, clip art, black and white. Let me find this. Yeah, this is cute. So then you copy the image and you then paste it onto this page. Now, of course, I gotta shrink it down so that it can do what I need it to do. Shrink it down some more so it can fit. Now, okay, so as you see, this is still white in the middle, and so what I want to do is make it transparent so that it'll look somewhat like this, or like one of these, or you could leave. I left it like this on mine, but I left some of them like this, and then some of them I made transparent. So I'll show you how to make it transparent if you want. You don't have to, or if you run into some trouble, because I know for some of mine, I ran into some trouble trying to make them transparent. It had a little funky look to it, so I left it as is. But let's see if this one works. So if you're on Pages, if you use a Mac that uses Pages, what you'll do to make it transparent, you will go off to the right here under Image, and you would click Instant Alpha, and then you would go, and if you scroll over, it automatically zooms it to the area that you want transparent, and you just click on that area. Click, 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 and click, and then you click Done. Now if you are on a PC or another computer and it has Word, what you would do is you could double click on the image, and then you could go to, I forgot the name, scroll down to the button, and you have the option where it actually says set transparent. But on here it doesn't, so I had to play with some stuff to figure out where was a transparent button. But I found it. So I'm going to copy this over, of course, to this one. Oh, I dragged the wrong thing. And then once I have my icon, and again, I have the square and the circle because some people, you may like the circle better, the look of the circle better. So I'm going to do both to kind of, and you decide which one is better for you. So what you do is you copy all of it. So you can use this, go up here to file, and you could use the select all button under edit. You can select all and do it that way, or me, I just click and I just drag it and highlight everything. And so what you'll do is press copy and then go over to your blank template and go make sure your mouse is on the white space, and then you can paste it there, and then you blow it up to whatever size you want. Let's go back. Let's go back and do this. Let me drag this one to the bottom, because what it's doing is that when I paste it, it's pasting them as one image versus two separate images that I really wanted to. Come on. Matter of fact, back. There we go. Now I can move it a little freer. Put it down here so I can move one. And I'm moving this because when I copy it, all of them together, and I paste it on, it's pasting on my Google site as one image, but I need them to paste as separate images. So let's go highlight the top one, copy, and then come on, where is it? Oh, copy, and let's do the bottom one, paste. Okay, and then I will copy this one and paste it over here. And then with Google site, if you paste it and it drops down here or drops down here or here, then you can move it. It'll automatically, it'll just let you move it. So now I have two separate icons. So this is the All About You survey. So if you are doing Google Forms or doing any type of survey, then what you do is go to that survey. So I've already have that folder over here somewhere. So this is the All About You survey. And so what you do is click on it. Well, right click on it if you're on a PC. But me, I hit, for people who are on using a Mac, I hit Control and click on the survey, and then go to Get Shareable Link. And then on Get Shareable Link, it'll pop up like this. And so it automatically has it restricted. It will automatically have it restricted. But what you need to do is you need to make sure that it's on anyone with link. So that way that when parents get on, they could see your survey. Otherwise, nobody can have access to your survey unless you physically add them as an editor on your survey. And you don't want to do that, because then it allows them to change stuff that's like, they change the questions and things on your survey, and it allows them to have access to all the other people's information that complete the survey. So just put anyone with the link, and then copy the link, and then click done. And then go over here to your, where is it? Your classroom page. And so what you do is you click on the icon, and once you click on the icon, you'll see a little selection here. click on insert link and paste that link into there, and then click apply. So now you've embedded the survey into the icon. So now it becomes clickable. And I'll do this one too. Okay. So now let's go up and do the banner. I almost forgot what it was. So how I did my banner was Lord, my baby's crying. One moment, let me go check on my little one. Or she might stop. Yes, no, no? Okay, she gonna cry. Okay, let me go grab her. Alrighty, and we're back. Okay, so now we're going to do the header or the banner. So how we do that is essentially the same way we do this one. So what you want to do is create a new document. A new blank document. So mine for my classroom page looks like this. Welcome to Miss Canty's class. So I'll just recreate that, or I'll welcome to the fun class. So insert, and then click insert a text box. Let me move it up a little bit. Okay, insert a text box, and then on mine, these two, so the welcome to is separate than the Miss Canty's class when I designed it. So let's do this. Welcome to, and then insert another text box, and then the fun class. Now, okay, so I'm going to center this. You don't have to center it. I'm just OCD like that. So the top font, the welcome to, let's see, let's play with some fonts. I'll do Hello Zaxby. No, I don't like that. Let's do this one. Welcome to, and then you blow it up. And then this one, let's see. I'm going to use, should I use the same? I'll use the same font that I did with the other one. So the font that I use, somebody asked me that too. What was the font that I use for the colorful, my name portion for this portion? I use, it's AG Joy of Missing Out. So it's the AG fonts, and I purchased her fonts from on Teachers Pay Teachers. I think it was like volume 11 that it was in. Don't quote me on that. So all you do is go to TPT and type in AG Joy of Missing Out Solid or AG Joy of Missing Out, and it'll tell you, it'll pull up which volume it's in. And so I purchased that. So that's the name, that's the font. And then blow it up, and then here's the fun. We're gonna do the fun part. Well, it was fun for me, of changing the color, making it colorful. Now you don't have to. You could leave it plain black and white if you want. It's totally up to you. Or you could change the font, the color of the font. So let's see. So let's go into how you change the color of the font. So what you do is you highlight the font, and then you go to text color, And let's see. I'll start with my fave, of course. And let's do this cute little bright pink. And then you highlight every letter except the first one. And then I go to the color wheel. Or if you don't have a color wheel, you can go to your little color grid. But go to the color wheel and literally, here's my color wheel. And I'll go around the color wheel for each letter and just keep going around the color wheel. So I'm here with the first letter, so I'll just click there. And then each time you just highlight every letter except the one that you just colored. So and just keep going around the color wheel. Come on. Okay. So now it says welcome to the fun class. So with this one, in order for it to be your header or banner image, you have to it has to be a JPEG, or it has to be saved as an image. So what you do is you just go to file. I'm on a Mac again. So for me, if you're on Pages, using Pages for Mac, then you'll go to file and you go to export and scroll over here to export. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong thing. Oh, will it let me do it? Let's see. Change image, upload. It won't. Okay, so if you're in Pages, don't make it in Pages. I'll make it in Keynote, which is equivalent to PowerPoint for PC users. So if you're on a Mac that has Pages and Keynote, and you don't have Microsoft Word or PowerPoint, then use Keynote to create anything that you need to convert to a JPEG. So let's do this. Copy. Let me just scooch this over to this. Paste. Right, there we go. So for my Mac users that uses Pages and Keynote, then make your header in Keynote. So that way you can go to File. Let's try this again. Export, and then go down to Images. And then once you go down to Images, click Next, and you title it. So I'm going to title it Banner. And then where do I want it saved? I want it saved. Oh, I accidentally pressed cancel. Images. I want it saved to my desktop. For me, I save stuff to my desktop until I'm finished, and then I'll put it in a folder. So banner export, saved it to my desktop. Now, if you are in Word or PowerPoint, then you click File, Save As, and then you save it as a JPEG. Now, let me find it on my desktop. So, if you're on a Mac, it will look like a folder. It won't look like the icon like this. It'll look like a folder. And then this is my image. Let's double check to make sure. See, that's my image. So I'll go to my class website, and I'll click right here under change image, upload, and then I shall find where is it? I shall find my folder that has my image in it, and it has it here. Choose. and almost voila. So I need to delete this text box. So I'll delete the text box. Now, voila. There you go. Welcome to the fun class. Now, if you do this and you see like, oh, it's smaller than what I wanted it to be, then just go back to where you originally made it and you can just blow it up, increase the size, and go through the steps again of file, save as, and make sure it's saved as an image or JPEG. And then you can just redo those steps. Boom. So now we are here. Now, let's see. So we did the banner, we did how to hyperlink and create an icon for the surveys. Now, the last thing, is it the last thing? No, it's not the last thing. So if you, so let's create an icon for if you use like Google Classroom or if you use Canvas or something like that. If you wanted to create an icon, or for some school districts that use Clever, if you wanted to create an icon so it can be an easy access point for students or parents to go to that site, like an actual internet website. So I'll show you how to do that. And that's very simple. So you go through, I'm going to go back to my original images. I can get rid of that. Of this. And so what I do is I literally just delete the clip art, change the wording on here. So let's see. We use Google Classroom, but some people use Canvas or Clever. And so what I do is then I just click on the square or the shape icon that you have and then go back to fill with the color fill. And then just change it to whatever color you want. So I'm going to do like this yellowy color. And I'll do it for the circle too as well. I'll do that one like orangey. And so like that. Now, let's see. Let's change again. We can change our clip art. So I'm going to go to the internet. And I want like a laptop or computer clip art for that. So computer clip art, black and white. Let's be more specific. Let's say laptop, because these kids are not using desktops. That's better. Okay. Let's just, don't like that one. Okay, we're just gonna rock with this one. So copy image, paste it onto here, shrink it down, shrink it. And then remember, if you were on a PC, you would, I think you would right click and you go to format image and then they give you an option of set transparent, but I'm not on a PC using Word. But if you're on a Mac, again, you click on image over here to the right and you click on instant alpha, and then you hover over the area that you want to make transparent, and this one is not doing what I need it to do. Some of my images don't do that, so let's find a different one, because that one's being muy difícil. Let's see. That one's not doing it either way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just crop it down to this. So I'm just going to keep it just like that, because I'm not going to fight with this icon today. Okay. Now, again, now I need to take these and put them over to my Google site. So again, I will highlight it all, me, I'm just going to do this. And then copy, file, or edit, copy, or file, copy, depending on what you're on. And then go over to my website and paste it. And I'll move my icon here. And from now, I'll just work with the square one right now. And so now I have my icon. And so now I need to link a internet website to this. So I will go to what it is. So go to, if it's Clever or if it's Canvas, go to that website. And then I don't have a Canvas or Clever account, so I'm going to go to my Google. For me, it's Google Classroom. And so go to that website and then go up here to the URL box and make sure all of it is highlighted, and you just copy that URL link, and then you just click on the icon that you want, and remember some options are going to come up here, and you click insert link, and then you paste it here, and then click apply. So now that is done. And so that works for all of it. Now the last thing that we need to do is, let's go back to mine, is like an icon link for like my Meet the Teacher or my contact card or anything that is not linked to an internet website or that is not linked to like a Google survey. So pretty much like a PDF, because whenever, again, like mine, whenever I click on that, it pulls up a PDF. So now I'm going to show you how to attach a PDF to have your icon linked to a PDF. And this was the most difficult one for me to figure out how to do, because for some reason I made it harder than what it was, but it's really simple. So go back to your icon and let's do this. So Meet the Teacher. So let's do that. Meet the Teacher. And I'll do. And then, of course, click on the shape. Change it to whatever color you'd like. I'll do green. And then, of course, you go back to Google and do whatever icon you want to do. Or you can do your Bitmoji here, whichever one you choose. I'm not going to do an image for this one, just for the sake of time. So then go ahead and copy your icon. I'm going to do the circle one this time. To your site template. Paste it. And there's a little one again. We're having a rough night. So paste your icon to your site. And is she gonna stop? No. Okay. Hold on. Alrighty, so paste it on here, and then what you need to do is now go back to a blank template. So for this piece, I'm gonna go to mine that's already created, because I'm not gonna go back and create another one. I'll go to my, what is this, Meet the Teacher? So I'll go to this one. So let's see. I will go to, I think I still have the original version of that pre-PDF. Yes, I do. Okay. So I created it in Pages, which is Microsoft Word for Mac. So I created it in Microsoft Word. And you can create it however you want to create it. I know a lot of people don't create their own anymore, like, because there's so many freebies on TPT with the Meet the Teacher templates. So whatever you want to do. So if you want to create your own from scratch, or if you want to use a pre-made template, perfectly fine. So I created my own. And so once you create, this is what's going to take time, creating this. Once you create or use a pre-made template for me to teach you and fill it in with all your information, you want to file and you want to save as a PDF. So for Mac users that are using Pages, you want to export as a PDF, or for Word users, you want to click File, Save As, and save it as a PDF. So mine is already, I saved mine already because I've already done it as a PDF, and I'll double check. So yeah, this is my PDF. And so how I get this to my Google site is I go to my Google Drive. So you go to your Google Drive here, this is mine, and then you upload this, your PDF, to your Google Drive. So just upload it to your Google Drive. All right, where's mine? Okay, so here's mine. So just like how we did with the surveys, you right click if you're on a PC, or if you're on a Mac, you hit Control and then click on the PDF, and then the options will pop up, and click Get Shareable Link. And remember, see, like this one, it's restricted. It'll automatically be restricted, but you have to change it to anyone with the link. Otherwise, people will not be able to view it. So change the settings and then click Copy Link. And once you copy the link, you go back to your website and you do the same thing. You click on the icon, you click Insert Link, and then you paste that in there and you click Apply. And then so that's pretty much the basis of everything. So, because let me run through it. This is a PDF, this is a survey, this is a website, PDF, survey, PDF, survey, Google Slide, and a Google Slide. So, and it's the same thing with the Google Slide, because like my newsletter icon and my homework board icon are Google Slides. So it's the same thing. You create them. I created them in Google Slides. Where are they? I created them in Google Slides. I think, yeah. And then you right click on them for PCs, or once you create them, you right, here it is. Is this it? Yeah. So once you create it on Google Slides, it'll automatic, or Google period, Google Doc, Google Slides, whatever. It'll automatically save on your Google Drive, and then you just right click, or for Mac users, hit Control and then click on it, and then Get Shareable Link. Change these settings to anyone with the link, copy the link, and then attach it to you whatever icon you want. So just for safekeeping, so let's click in order to preview it, because I previewed mine 20 million times. After each time I did a new icon, I previewed it just to make sure it was working right. So you click up here to preview, and let's see, all about you, and it works. Now Canvas, it works. And go down to Meet the Teacher, and there's my PDF. It works. And then also, if you want to, you can it gives you some other features down here. It allows you to see what it would look like if you were like on a tablet or an iPad, and then if you were on a smartphone, this is what it would look like. And I actually tested it out on my smartphone. I copied the link and texted it to myself, and I pulled it up, and it actually does look like that. So now once you finish your website, what you do is you go up here and you click Publish. Now, and this is what your class will be named. Your class will be named whatever you named it up here in the left, will be whatever your publish to web name would be. And so right up under the text box is the actual URL for your class. So what you would do is you would copy this, copy that link, and then click publish. And then you click publish, and now I'm going to X out of that, and I'm going to have a new window, and I'm going to paste my link. Oh, don't tell me it's not working. Where is it? Oh, I'm gonna go back. Copy my link. It's a Google Sites. Why is there an error? Let's try. Oh, wait, click. Get out of that. Now. Got it. Got it. Okay. Now. Yeah, here it is. Now let me X out. New window. And boom. There we go. So, I figured out what it was. It is and that is it. Where's my Google site? And now you have successfully learned how to create a Google site. I figured, okay, there it goes. So, once you, to publish it, or if you want to send out or distribute the link, I just realized it's not the exact link, so it's not that one underneath. It is actually that plus / home. That will be the link. And then you can distribute it. For me, I put it on my contact card, or you can just copy and paste and email it to parents once you get your class roster if you're virtual, or you can include it on if you're not virtual but you wanted to have a class website for parents for in-person. You can include it on your Meet the Teacher pamphlet, brochure, whatever you do for open house. But yeah, so, and you've now successfully completed a website. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. My email is saadigauthier1@gmail.com. Or you can DM me on Facebook or something. Just, you can get in contact with me if you have questions about something. And then as I find out more kinks and inks and tips and tricks, I will post them. But hopefully this helped, even with my crying baby. Hopefully this helped. And again, if you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you.